Good afternoon, how you doing? Just going to get on with this. We left the last video with all this weight on, so I'm going to get all the weight off. There's a lot of weight on there. I'm going to get all that weight off, and then we're going to see what the door looks like. I'll have a little bit of a tidy up. And I've got to say, I know that I rattle on, and I know people get fed up and they switch away. At the end of my videos, towards the end, middle end, whatever, of my videos is some of the work and things I'm doing. When I can't get on with this job, I am doing things like this. And I've had a little play with this today. I've been sorting this out, which is good, but I've also been playing with that. Yeah, it's a bit different, isn't it? That's my saw handle, so I thought I'd have a go. Anyway, let's get you in the rack, put your kettle on, and we'll take this pile apart and see what we can find underneath. See you in a minute. Right, so I've taken all the stuff away and placed it on here. I did place it the other way around first and realised there's a spring on the back. But it's actually pretty good. There's no flying high corners. I suppose this one is a little bit. That probably doesn't add up to much. That's probably only half a mil. I think it's pretty good. Anyhow, it has little keeps all the way around that will hold it in place, so that's good. So the next thing I need to do is clean some of this glue off, and I've dropped it on here so that I can grab a cabinet scraper. Let me grab a cabinet scraper while you put the kettle on. Oh, you're back, that was quick. Yeah, kettle's on. Nice couple there. Right, I've grabbed the cabinet scraper. I've also grabbed the plane. There is a little bit of a step just there. Nothing to worry about. Right on this corner. I think it'll be alright. This all feels pretty flush. So all I'm going to do, I've brought a chisel with me as well because we're going to take off the excess glue around here in a minute. But I don't want to bore you with all of that. So I'm just going to scrape at different angles across there. I find holding the scraper at a different angle rather than square to the wood. It's sometimes what you need. There's traces of the glue when I wet the timber to clean it up. There's traces of glue here and there. There's a bit here. There's a bit there. Just take this off. I will rub a bit of sandpaper over this, partly because it'll key it up for the black stuff that's going on, because there's going to be a black finish on here. So the joints are pretty good, no major disasters. It's worked pretty well. This is the one I started with a minute ago. I suppose that could be further down. Yeah, quite pleased. It's opening the grain up a lot there. So it remains with a bit of glue there. That's okay. And I've got all this paper muck to get off as well. So I'll do that, and then we'll chat again in a minute. Right, you can see what I've done. I've taken the excess loose tongues off so that it fits up against there. I've got myself a very flat block that I use quite often, and all I've done is just gone round like that, all the way around. But I've also put the sandpaper right to the edge like that. There you go, you can see it better like that. There you go. And I've put it against this little step here, this little shoulder, and just gone round and just done a couple of times, won't hurt one more time, and just tidy this up so that there isn't a harsh edge there. So that's softened that. Covered in dust now. So now, oh, I've also gone and scraped over the back. There's a little bit high there, but I've scraped over the back, and might as well sand this now. So yeah, I've gone over it with a scraper. I could scrape it all, but I'll be honest with you, it's hurting my hands. And with my arthritis, I don't need to add any more, he says as he carries on, I don't need to add any more grief to my already painful hands. So yes, now I can just go over this side. Doesn't matter about pencil marks now, because I can go over it. Doesn't matter about pencil marks because I know that the hinge is on that side. As I said, I will block these up. It was interesting actually when I glued it up, a load of glue oozed out of these holes here. Well, I think it was that one actually, which was nice to see. Bit of glue getting around. Squeeze out's always good. So I'll sand this, and then I need to start working out, making a top, making a bottom, checking the width, and then we'll start fitting the door to the camera, which will be quite cool. So I'm sanding this thing down, and I just thought I'd clear the bench off, and then I realised that I've still got the router here from, let me just close the window. Still got the router on here from routing the grooves in there. The good thing about having a router set up like this is that I can just move it out the way, and it's still set up. It's still set up. The height of the cutter, which is the depth of the cutter, which is the most important thing, is still set up. So it's good that I can put that to one side, and there you go, like that, and not have to worry about setting it up again. Well, not the important bit, which is the height. So, right, that's off the bench. I'm going to have a sweep up in a sec. What I've just been doing while you were, don't know what you were doing to be honest, but what I've just been doing is I've just been sanding with the grain, and because this is divided into panels, starting in the middle, and this is 120 grit, and going on to the edge, but then down here I've got the grain going that way in that small panel. So I'm just going to get some of the 120 scratches out, so that when I move to the next grit, I'm not taking loads off. I don't want to take much off. And just work my way across, not creating too much dust, not blowing the dust around. I know by hand is the most dangerous way for breathing in the fumes. Not fumes, the dust. But as you can see, I'm trying to keep it to a minimum, keeping movements low. There you go. I'll hoover this off now, and then we'll come back and we'll chop the door down to fit. So I've got rid of the dust. So I've marked where the end of the panel comes, the centre panel and the two bits are glued on, and I found the centre again, and I think one of them was 125, wasn't it? Anyhow, found those. Found the centre the other way as well. So now I've got all these centre lines. The door is 403. So height wise, 403 tall, height wise that. So we need to go 200 and 1.5. So 200 and 1.5. 200 and 1.5. Right, that starts the ball rolling. From there I've got to come down 400 and 403 I'm okay with. So let's just hold that on there. 1, 2, 3, 400. You keep still, that's great. One, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make it 404. 404. Now I can start getting some lines around here. I will do the width as well, and you guys can come back when I'm planing it up to fit. So I think that'll do for now. So thank you for watching, and thank you for sticking with me. Oh, I should say thank you to a couple of people who've bought me coffee recently. You can get to there on my Instagram account. And June, David Brotherton has just treated me, which is great, and Counts Falconry Bells. You guys know who you are, and William, of course, a couple of weeks ago. So that's much appreciated. You're in the book, which is great, and I can't thank you enough. Supporting me, helping me get through all of this. And we'll get there, I think. This is getting there now, and I think as the door starts to go on and do bits and pieces, you'll see it'll speed up a bit, and I'll speed up a bit as well with the with trying to get on with it amongst other things that are going on, because there's quite a bit going on. So, thank you, and I will see you soon. Cheers.